A true samurai warrior was as disciplined as a monk, using Zen meditation to master his mind before he ever touched his sword. This internal stillness allowed him to face the bitterest cold or the fiercest heat with a focus as sharp as his blade. The master of the Japanese tea ceremony applies this same level of concentration to his peaceful duties. From the unfurling of a mat to the precise sifting of green leaves, every movement is beauty itself. Lord Yamanouchi was so moved by the perfection of his tea master's art that he bestowed upon him the rank and silken robes of a samurai warrior. But the honor came with a lethal trade-off. In the violent world of Edo period Japan, wearing the uniform of a killer marked you as a target for any challenger looking to test your skill. While exploring the pleasure district of Edo, the tea master crossed paths with a battle-scarred samurai who immediately blocked his way. The warrior sensed something was wrong. This man had the robes of a soldier, but lacked the muscle of a fighter. Suspecting an impostor, he snarled a challenge to a duel. The tea master's friends offered to bribe the warrior to make the challenge disappear, but the tea master refused, knowing that any cowardice would bring lasting shame to his lord and his ancestors. He accepted the fight, giving himself exactly 1 day and 1 night to prepare for the inevitable. He knew he couldn't win. His survival depended on something else entirely, maintaining his psychological dignity even as he faced his own execution. The tea master visited a legendary fencing instructor to learn a single skill: how to accept a samurai's death with honor. The instructor listened to the tale and then made a strange request. Before any lessons began, he asked the tea master to perform the way of the tea for him one last time. As the ritual began, the tea master's terror vanished. He became serenely concentrated on the delicate aroma and the simple cups. There was no room in his mind for anxiety. There was only the ritual. Total immersion in a precise physical routine acts as a stabilizer, anchoring the mind in the present and cutting off cognitive pathways to panic. This focus becomes a shield. When occupied with the perfect execution of a task, external chaos cannot find a way in. The fencing instructor realized the tea master already possessed the state of mind required for combat. He needed no training in the sword because he had already mastered himself. He told the tea master to meet his challenger and imagine he was serving tea. The master's instructions were purely ritualistic. Greet the opponent politely, fold your coat with precision, wrap your head in a silk scarf, and then draw your sword and hold it high. The goal was to override the body's natural fear by redirecting all energy into a deeply familiar, highly controlled routine. At dawn, the scarred samurai arrived at the dueling grounds, expecting to find a quivering wreck of a man. Instead, he saw the tea master moving with robotic, chilling serenity. He watched as the man folded his clothes and wrapped his head with the same grace he used to sift tea leaves. The tea master raised his blade and closed his eyes. He stood perfectly still, even as he held a weapon capable of ending a life in a single stroke. The samurai was stunned. Faced with a man projecting zero fear, he assumed he had been tricked, that this wasn't a tea master at all, but a hidden master of the blade. Absolute mental stillness acts as a mirror. It forces an aggressor to suddenly confront their own internal doubts. The tea master's silence proved too heavy. Facing an opponent who seemed completely unshakable, the veteran's confidence buckled. The samurai bowed low, asked to be excused for his rude behavior, and fled the place of combat as quickly as he could. The duel was over before a single blow was struck. Mastery over the spirit had dictated the outcome of the physical world. This tea ceremony of the mind became a shield. By achieving mastery over his own internal spirit, the tea master turned a lethal threat into a peaceful victory.